Well, the threat of Iran and its proxies hovers over a tense Middle East. Wednesday, the Senate Foreign Relations Committee put the issue front and center. Capitol Hill correspondent Matt Galka has more.
Iran remains a destabilizing force in the Middle East as Israel continues to try and eradicate Hamas. Avoiding a larger conflict continues to be the goal from the United States, but figuring out exactly how to do that remains tricky.
From Syria to Yemen to Iraq to Lebanon, Iranian proxies are a serious, lethal threat to our allies globally, to our partners in the region, and the United States' national security interests.
The Iranian regime has influence over multiple terrorist groups across the Middle East. The Israeli defense minister warns they plan on using Ramadan to execute more terror attacks around Israel, using Hamas and Hezbollah to carry out attacks in the region. Iranian-backed proxies have already carried out dozens of attacks on U.S. forces since October, including one that killed 3 service members. The U.S. responded with strikes to Iranian-backed targets. Those strikes have reportedly caused Iran to scale back their attacks in the region.
They recognize that they're outmatched by the United States and by Israel, and so that they're very hesitant to get into a direct conflict, but they will push the envelope because they presume that our willingness to push back is less than theirs.
Republicans are critical of how the Biden administration has dealt with Iran, including unfreezing cash assets in return for hostages and the potential return to a nuclear deal.
As Iran marches across the Middle East, the Biden administration has still not articulated a coherent Iran policy outside of the nuclear negotiations. It's time to change course.
I find it unfortunate that we don't have a member of the administration here. I'd like to understand the logic for their current position, how it may have changed, what their views are for going forward. It's helpful to hear from experts such as yourselves, but you raise questions that really need to be responded to by the current administration.
On Capitol Hill, former special envoy to Iran, Brian Hook, told senators more crippling sanctions are needed to secure the region.
Money is the sinews of war. Iran understands that. If you don't go after the money, it's just not a serious strategy.
Hook has been the target of Iranian threats since his time in the Trump administration, and he continues to have government security. The Islamic holy month of Ramadan starts in less than 2 weeks, and its kickoff is viewed by some as an unofficial deadline for a potential hostage exchange and ceasefire. Matt Galka, CBN.